Hey folks, it's Johnny here with Misplay Mastery. Today we are doing a gear review. I guess it's a gear review. It's more of a comparison because today it's going to be the Mage Tech Commander deck box and the Mage Tech Commander Lite. We're going to compare these two, see what is the difference, which ones worth buying, saving for, or saving money, and you know, doing that to compare and contrast and see what we also have the Pocket Adventures. So yeah, let's get into it and see what we have. So first we're gonna look at the Commander deck box because it's already open. So why do I or why do you need multiple deck boxes? I'll tell you why. Because for a while I just been rocking this, just a single Commander deck box. I play Star Wars Unlimited. I got my base in here, and I also play Riftbound. And when I go to game nights, I pull out the cards and then replace it with the Riftbound or whatever. Just switch them out, and you know it's 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 not that hard to switch out decks, but it's getting a little what do I say, cumbersome. I think that's a proper word to use, cumbersome. Or it's not tedious. It's a hassle. It's not a big hassle. It's not a major hassle where I'm gonna die over it doing this. But I want to be more organized. There are times where I'm rushing out the door and I just pull these out and drop these off on my desk and come back and they just sit on my desk for a few days and I knock them over and I got cards everywhere. My life is a mess, so I'm trying to be not as messy and keep things organized. So that's why I think it's a good idea to have multiple deck boxes. And then with this Commander deck box, it holds over 100 cards. This is my Star Wars deck in here. I only have, I don't know what's in here, 40 cards. 40, 50, 40. I want to say 40. Star Wars is 40 and Riftbound is 50. Commander is 100 and Twin Suns is 30. No, 30 doesn't sound right. I don't know what Twin Suns is. 80, 80. Not too sure. I'm gonna have to Google that. I only Google that information when I'm building a deck. Um, I'm not trying to waste my brain storage and remember all these numbers. So yeah, but yeah, lots of room in here. As you can see, there's plenty of room to hold 100 cards. I have with my um I don't know what these are. Riftbound 50. I have 56, 50, 50. So easily. Um, some token cards in here also. So as you can see, comfortably. I only these are only single sleeve, not double sleeve. So yeah. Still, lots of room. And then Mage Tech provides with these. Mage Tech provides you with these slabs. If I could get it out, it doesn't want to come out. Dude, come on out. I'm over here struggling. There we go. So I got my base, my Naldiri Dockyards. So yeah, just a red standard base, 30 life. Yeah. So fits in there, and why did I put it back in? So what I would do is put it in here, and then when I change games, I just pull out the card and replace it with the deck that I'm playing. If I could find her, Fiora. Anyways, you get the idea. You just replace it. Got salvage. Um, so every week I'm swapping these out, depending, or maybe twice a week I'm swapping these out. So yeah, instead of doing that, I figured I'd get myself an extra deck box. It's not a big investment. It's cost is all relative, but these commander deck boxes, oh man, I'm drawing a blank right now. I know the Mage Tech Lite is about 15 $17, depending on the color and time of purchase, because Amazon always changes their prices, while the commander deck box, I think it's about $24. The Mage Tech deck box commander is $24 to $28, depending on the color that you want. And the main difference between these two is the storage compartment. This comes with a little compartment tray. So in here, I keep my tokens and dices and live counters. I got my initiative token. I got a D20 dice. I have all these cool magnetic uh, uh, um, counters. No, experience tokens. No, but yeah, basically they change stats. So it's like a plus. Yeah, you guys could see that a plus 0, and it's just magnet. We got two positives. Is that upside down? Two positives. I have all negative. And what's cool about these is that they are magnetic. So yeah, so that's why this one is green and red. So yeah, I have my gold tokens. I got these inexpensive live counters. I kind of don't like them, but I use them because I already pay for it, and they just live in here. And dices to track damage on my units. So yeah, so it holds a pretty decent amount of stuff. So I got 10d6 dices. These are, I don't know, 8 millimeters, I believe. You can see it. 8 millimeter dices. They're not 10. They are tiny, but I like these. When I play 40k, um, you use a lot of dices in 40k. So the smaller die, the better. I don't need all this when I play Riftbound. Um, Probably just a life counter. Actually, I have a D8 to keep track of my life, and then I just need these. What do I need these for some reason. I forgot why, but I really don't need all this when playing Riftbound. So this will be my Star Wars Unlimited deck box. I'll keep all my tokens, my life tracker, counters, live trackers, whatever, in here, while this will be my Riftbound box. So let's get into this. All right, the Mage Tech Lite. Let's see what we have here. Um, I guess the correct term is Mage Tech Commander Lite. Can you guys read that? So the Commander Lite that's these are called the Mage Tech Commanders. That's the regular deck box. This is the Lite. Naming convention is pretty simple with Mage Tech. So I got red. Yes, sir. Got the red guy right here. Um, so it's pretty similar. You could hold 100 cards in here. And then it comes with a slab. Oh. So yeah. This comes with a non-magnetic slab piece thingy majig. Um, so this is non-magnetic, while this is magnetic. There's a magnet up here that keeps it closed. You can see the size comparison. Does size really matter? No, it really doesn't matter. It will still hold a card. Boom. So there we go. Fiora Grand Duelist. And this guy's upside down. But you can see the size difference. She does fit in here. Um, though there's just a little extra playroom in there. Also, the thickness makes a difference. You can see the thickness. So I could put her in here, but she will be loose. Lots of room in there. While this is made for this deck box, it fits perfectly. So I like it. It's nice. So this deck box, this Commander Lite deck box, is advertised to hold over 100 cards. They show it laying flat like this, like that, so you could easily have it on the side. You could go in and out, but when I play, I just close the box because I'm not gonna be going in and out of this box. Here, when I play with the deck box, with this deck box, I just bring out the dice tray. I'm not trying to take a lot of room on the table, and I just keep it closed. So yeah, that's how I do it, and then boom, just like that. So yeah, we'll toss my Riftbound deck in here. The difference, it doesn't. I really don't think it makes a difference on how people store the cards. With the Commander deck box, the cards are more of a horizontal landscape. They're being stored down like this, while here they're more in a portrait type way where the cards go in here. It's I think you'd have to have some sort of um, obsession if you really care how your cards are stacked, whether they're vertically or horizontally stacked. Landscape, portrait, um, is just, yeah, just my 2 cents. But yeah, so I got 50 something cards, 8 cards for sideboard, token cards for recruits, battlefields. Yeah, lots of room. Plenty of room. See, and the magnet holds. That's what I like about these deck boxes. I can toss it in my backpack or bag, and they just hold. They ain't going nowhere. Now, let us check out this Commander Pocket Adventure. So, with the Commander deck box, like I said, it comes with a little dice tray. Wow, the Commander Lite does not. That's the major difference between the two, besides the price, the cost. These two, the size comparison, you can see it is a lot bulkier. So the the Commander deck box versus the Lite, it's about the same height, close, maybe half an inch difference. But yeah, one is wider and just thicker, a lot thicker. Not a lot thicker, but it's noticeably thicker. So yeah. All right. So here is the Pocket Adventure. Oh, nice. I like that extra magnets. Oh wait, these magnets? Yes, yes, they are extra magnets. Where would you put the magnets? Okay. I, I'm gonna have to read this. These are not instructions. These are warning labels. Probably the California 53 whatever warning that anything causes cancer. Okay, so magnets are here. It comes with a card, or I'm guessing that's protection. So this is just blank piece of paper. This is a life tracker. Maybe that's what these magnets are for. You say, I have 3 life, I have 4 life, or 16, and it goes down all the way to 20. So that's pretty cool. It's 1 through 20. So it's not a backgammon, it's just a life tracker. Up to 20 life. So yeah, pretty neat. Will I use this? More than likely not. So yeah, check out the magnet. It is a lot smaller than the Commander deck box. So I don't know if you guys could see. This is with it closed. You could see maybe 3/4 inch, ½ inch difference. The Pocket Adventure is slightly wider. It's not as deep either. So I'm just gonna use this for Riftbound, so I really don't know what I'm gonna keep in here. I don't have might trackers, but I do have a lot of these die, so I could keep them in here. Let me use red so there's more contrast, so you guys can see better. I like green. Green's one of my favorite color besides red and blue, but I do like the color green. Somehow, when I do real estate, my brokerage, their colors are green too, so that works for me. Um, yeah, if you ever find yourself in Tulsa and need a little showing them around, if you're house hunting or coming out here for Tulsa Remote, because Tulsa Remote pays you $10,000 if you have a remote job to live in Tulsa and work remotely. Random fact or random snippet pitch. I'm not trying to sell you anything, but yeah, I'm gonna fill this up real quick. In here with this, I could stack these trackers, um, counters too high. I'm trying to see if you guys can see that. I can stack them too high. While this, I only can stack them one single row high. To me, it's neither here nor there because I don't really. It's, even the die, I only could have it one high. Star Wars has the most tokens right now. Right now, with the way Riftbound is, Star Wars has a lot of tokens, uh, trackers to keep up with, especially when you're playing Twin Suns. Not really. Just you got the Blast and the I forgot what the other one's called, but yeah, right now Riftbound is still new, less than a year old, I believe, or a little over a year, something like that. Star Wars is still a baby as well. It's not a lot older, slightly older, but not much. Where it not like Magic or Flesh and Blood that's been around a lot longer. I got these cool tokens for showing up to a pre-release party, Lawless Times. Owner in less than a year, I've accumulated a lot of shit just for these games. Dude, stop rolling. My these are magnetic. This is magnetic, so they're um they're being moved around in here. So at least we could hold 5 high, five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 high dices up here. Um, I believe they're 8 millimeter dices. Um, yeah. Well, yeah, it's not bad. I like it. I don't know what I'm gonna keep in here. For sure, more D6 in here, and a D8 die for my life tracker. I got this, so I don't need this for Riftbound because we only count up to 8. Um, while in Star Wars, we have 20 something life, over 30 life, also with some bases. So, and yes, I could use a phone app if I want. Um, why? I have thought about using a phone app to track my life, um, even my opponent's life. That's why I have two life counters in here. One and two, in case my opponent doesn't have a life tracker, in case they're brand new, because I was that new person that didn't have any of these. I don't know what you want to call them. Life trackers, accessories. So yeah, I keep an extra one. I could save a lot more room in here, but at the same time, at least I know where they are and not lost in the drawer. So what would you run? A deck box with a storage compartment for all your trinkets and accessories, or just a regular deck box that just has your deck and commander? Um, I'll be running both. Like I said, this one's gonna be dedicated to Star Wars because I got a lot more crap to carry around. While this pocket adventure will be my Riftbound. Um, I do need to get more of these. I have a couple more regular, simple deck boxes where they really just hold cards. There's no slab or anything that shows what deck it is. Unlike these. So plus, what I like, um, you got your commander in here. Wow, this main is pretty strong. Um, I don't think I really doubt this will fit in here. Um, oh yeah, it does. So what I could do, I got a shit ton of runes in here. I got the rune box. Oh no, it does. It kind of does. It doesn't shut all the way. There's a gap. There you can see it. A gap. Long term play is to get more of these deck boxes. These Mage Tech Commander Lite deck boxes. Mage Tech's not the only one that makes deck boxes. There's a ton of companies you can find on Amazon at your favorite local game store. Deck boxes are plentiful. There's a lot of variety. There's there's even a deck box that looks like a Chinese takeout box. That's something I might get, just for shits and giggles. But I don't think it has a little display window. That's the only reason why I haven't bought it. But yeah, I've had these two for a few years now, for my Magic Commander decks. But I kind of like this better. You could keep track of what's in, even though mentally you know what's in here, what you store here. I only have now what, 4 deck boxes. There are players that have a plethora of deck boxes. So to have something that displays your commander, leader, legend, it's good. So you could just look up where you have your deck boxes stored and be like, oh, I know what's in there, and that's what I want. That's what I want to take to my game store, my LGS, and go play. So yeah, um, like I said, I'm gonna end up investing in both. Actually, I don't think I need another one of these unless I play another game. So if I could start over again, I would not get this. But that's just me. That's how I go to my LGS. I don't bring a whole bunch of decks. I just bring one deck. That way, I could focus on that single deck at the game night. But like I said, if I could start over, I'd just get the Commander Lite and something to hold your dices, your die tokens, life counters, whatnot, like the Pocket Adventure. The reason why is I could just keep what I want in here, grab the deck, the Commander deck that I want to play with, and that's it. Here, if I could just switch decks out, and if I have, I'm just gonna have to be switching decks out. And in the long run, what I want to do is have a deck box for each commander, each legend, each for each deck, and each deck that I play with. So that's what I would like. That way, it's not organized, and I'm not having to go through my bulk box and keep swapping cards out. It's it's here. It's all in here. I just grab this and go. Um, with this having the compartment tray, I will have to switch the cards out. Now, if I was tight on cash, on capital, I would just stick with this. And that's what I've been doing. Just switch out the cards, put in the deck that I want to play with, swap out the commander, leader, base, whatever here, and just leave all the tokens, dice, life counters in here, and just go. The that's been working, but like I said, I want to start having dedicated deck boxes for decks. The con with that though is space. Having multiple boxes, and my wife hates that I'm taking up a lot of space with a lot of cardboard. She's like, "What the fuck are you doing? All this cardboard? You're just wasting money. We're supposed to be saving money." But yeah, disposable income. uh, take care of your debt. You gotta take care of your debt first. Then you truly have disposable income. But yeah, space is an issue when you're having all these um, stuff, and like I'm I'm rambling now, but like in Fight Club, if you guys are old enough or aware of that movie, Fight Club, there is something that a quote that goes, "The stuff you own ends up owning you," and right now, it's true. So yeah, which one would you run at game night? Would you take the regular Commander deck box or the Commander Lite? Um, Let me know in the comments. Do you have both? Do you have a different type of deck box that you run with, or do you have like the double deck boxes? I've seen those, the double where you could hold two deck boxes, or actually, I've seen them as large where you could hold 4 or 6 decks in one box. Yeah, like I said, I'm still new to this genre, this game, trading card games in general. So I haven't got to that level where I'm bringing 6 decks to game night. I don't even have a trade binder. Will I have a trade binder? I don't know, but we'll worry about that in the future. So until then, like I said, which one are you gonna run? Which one will work for you? Which one do you think is a waste of money? Uh, or are they all a good investment? And yeah, just like Pokemon, gotta catch them all. Just have different things because you gotta try things out to see what works for you. So let me know in the comments. Do you even keep your decks in deck boxes? So yeah. Until next time, I'm doing thumbnails, thumbnail pictures.